Check, 59.
Let's go, D.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for.
Already not looking good.
Down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Already not looking too strong.
It was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
To throw is Prescott. This is Cobb with a catch right side.
Nice try, Randall Cobb. Your 31-year-old self is not going to get that first down. I'm sorry.
Tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Let go.
And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's been a long day for you.
Here's Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The reception,
you didn't give him the first down.
7. It's 3rd down.
Wow, line judge.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The numbers a week ago for Everett. 4 catches, 54 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about
holding,
a yard.
probably.
And let's listen in on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A shotgun snap for goal. Throw right side.
Go, Gerald.
The hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Goff. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Glad I didn't get sacked there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Second down, it's Henderson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down.
Nice little 13-yard rush.
12 yards there and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Gone. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks.
Wide open. Why would you leave two people wide open?
Brandon Cooks. His 14th touchdown now on the year.
People.
And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
All right, Cowboys, you gotta return something here. Else y'all are going to be down a lot of points quickly.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. 19 yards to pick up there.
Uh-oh, run for Zeke.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot,
never mind.
You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend. How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
To throw again on second down. Prescott forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. In a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic, this is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
And he connects with Ebron. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And that'll set them back 5.
Gonna give it to Zeke.
Still first down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Prescott now.
Nope, never mind.
To the right side to Eric
And they're not
Ebron.
giving it to Zeke, are they?
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
What's the deal?
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
58, the mic. Who that? Who that?
Throwing again on second down. Prescott over the middle. Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's
I didn't know that.
Down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Come on, Zeke. Why can't you break it open?
Gain of 3, second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the...
And intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football
interception
back.
this season.
No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see,
he wasn't even in bounds.
Make sure you get
those
2
feet out of bounds.
Board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Out of the gun. Gone. That's into the hands of Reynolds. It'll be a 20-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled.
Dude, he would have ran him over.
Right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It's a first down on a gain.
No way he would have stood him up like that.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back
way to knock that loose.
Give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
There to make the tackle, Samson Abuka.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're in the first half, Maybe not so much.
I know he was going there too. I almost picked it.
These shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This one caught left side by Cooper. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Looking to throw again on
dang.
Prescott, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his fourth.
It left me about a minute. Think I can do it?
We go tonight. 180. 55 to Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll lift to throw. He'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. He'll find Reynolds over the middle.
There we go. 2 passes and we're already in their territory.
Timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Goff. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second.
As long as I get a field goal, I'll be okay.
34 seconds to go before halftime. Goff now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They got nobody out here.
Combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do,
and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Todd Gurley, as the first half is winding down, and the Rams have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this.
Yeah, definitely left me too much time on that clock, especially with all my timeouts. Yep, kicking it off to me. So I'm going to salt away that clock again.
The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. He's still fighting forward.
Go, Todd. Go, Todd.
Oh,
man. That run was dope.
There by Gurley. 46 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak,
Smith
big
on that
runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
That is dope.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go. Let's go.
12 yards as they get to reset the sticks.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
We are just running all over these boys.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This defense might want to wake up on this drive and stop them before that first down marker.
Unfortunately, it's easy to grade the defense right now. Not good.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
Yeah, score.
Gurley.
It's clear Gurley's better than Zeke, just from this video, you know. It's proof.
And the Rams add on to their lead.
It's proof.
Always important.
Man, it is storming out real bad where I'm at. It is raining real hard and thundering and lightning. I hope my power stays on.
Here we go. 6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And they have the football and will set up shop
baby.
at the 33-yard line.
Picked it off. Contested catch.
Football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'll put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job. Finding ways.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field.
And he just falls forward every single time.
And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaking up down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hold on. Check. Hey, Shell.
Back to throw, Goff. The quick
Gerald
slide
Everett,
caught.
wide open.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Cowboys are getting whooped.
Gerald Everett with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it winds up with it. So out come
there they go, Cowboys. 2 tight ends, 2 backs.
Take over. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Good job, Zeke. Nice 8-yard run.
Recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing.
Keep running.
I love the wiggle he has, but I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
In your face.
A give to Elliott. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And they're killing their own
Good
clock.
job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. Only 2 there on the dump off. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Prescott. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Oh, Nickel Roby-Coleman
Nothing doing
tackled
on that
Zeke
one, and it'll be
solo.
4th down.
Wow.
They dialed up
6
the blitz
tackles
on
for that
3rd down,
kid.
and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your court? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Oh, goodness me. We are just steamrolling them right now.
Give him 18 on the play.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact.
I got way too greedy on that one.
Well, the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now this throw caught left side.
Wide open.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown.
You're going to put Xavier Woods on Brandon Cooks in the slot? Okay.
With his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams add on to their
All right,
lead.
I might just super sim this one because this one's over.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here.
Game over.
They were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for L.A., the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. I'm Brandon Gaudin, certainly.